basically we're having network issue. I do not know if it's as a result of the weather, but that would not stop the program for today. So whatever time you'll be receiving this recording, I want you to have it at the back of your mind that you are in the right place. So today I'll be talking about how to earn money as a freelancer, even if you are a novice. I would say that the journey of freelancer is not an easy journey. It comes with a lot of ups and downs, especially if you are going into the line of business, full time. Going into the line of business full time, you should be prepared for the worst of it. Let me share my journey. When I started this journey as a freelancer, I started as a 9 to 5, and I was doing this freelancing by one side, and I was doing my 9 to 5 by the other side. But my 9 to 5 was more full time than freelancing. So along the line, in some companies or some industries, they make you decide or choose which one you will follow, whether you will go for your business or you go for full time. Because then I was given a contract job at that time in my 9 to 5, and I knew it was temporarily. And at the point that I knew it was temporarily, I just had it in mind that I have to be prepared for no matter the situation, right? My salary then during my 9 to 5 was basically about 60,000 naira, because I remember back then when they interviewed me, I was, how will I put it? I was confident, yeah, and I knew I was going to get the job. Yeah, and I knew I was going to get the job because I was in the line of the field. I studied mass communication, so I have my computer skills. Our practical interview was operating the computer. I was basically, showing every skills that I have. And when they saw that, they were so impressed. So they didn't even wait till the next day to call me back, because the salary fee was 60K. So, but they now told me, when I was already earning home around 3, I finished the interview like, let's say, around 2:30 or something. Okay, someone is asking, I really want to know what freelancing is all about. Okay, I'm still trying to explain it, so just continue to read, listen more. The word freelancing is derived from independency. It's basically means to be independent. It means like a job, a remote job. The other word for freelancing is a remote job. It means you are independent and working differently from other people. You are not you are not working under anybody. You are independent creator or independent business owner or independent entrepreneur or independent whatever you're into. So back to the story. I hope I've been able to explain that to favor. So like I said, to avoid the flow of to avoid the flow of thought, let me proceed with the story as I was saying. That's a very intelligent question, Favor. Great job. So I was saying I got the job, yeah, and they told me because of the skills I had, they would increase my salary to 70K, and I was very excited, But if you have ever been in the journey of 9 to 5 where you get the job but you don't have the funds to transport yourself at that point, and then accommodation was also an issue, and I think a lot of people must have experienced this. You get the job but you don't have accommodation, you don't know where you will stay, you don't know, I called so many people that they were close to me to see if they can accommodate me, but there was nobody to accommodate me, so I had to be coming from far distance, going to the work on the island, from mainland to the island. It was very stressful. And to be honest, I got to the point where I just decided, I'm going to take a loan. So then I had the opportunity to work with a loan company then, because it's not easy for a loan company to give you rent money. But when I told them that I just got this job and it's a contract job, so basically I have some numbers of years I will stay in this one. So the reason now they're like, this one a contract job. So basically they will not disappoint that because everything is written on the contract, right? So along the line, the loan company was able to pay me the money I would use for my rent. That was how I got an apartment on the island, and that was how I started my journey working on the island as a 9 to 5. Then what even encouraged the journey of my freelancing was that during my 9 to 5 I was developing my skills. Some people, when they do 9 to 5, they forget themselves. They forget their skills. They forget their talents. They just believe that, everything about them is their career, is their salary. There is more to life than the salary you earn. So we are speaking to someone who has great experience in this. If you're a student, or maybe you're just about to start your career, or you're already in the career, I think this will be a principle to learn. There is more to life than the salary money you are earning. So I was not focused on my 70,000 naira salary. Remember I said I took a loan to gain accommodation to stay on the island, and I did that twice. Now my first rent cost me about 150,000 naira. So then in my salary I used to pay about 30,000 naira monthly out of 70k. Subtract it, that is like 40,000 left. The remaining 40,000, let's just say 10, because the apartment was close to my office, so I don't even need to enter bike. I don't need to. So let's just say I will use, at least I will send money to family. I'll send money to my mom. Then I'll remove that one, and then most of it went to food, and then I'll save a little just to keep an extra change in case of anything. But that does not mean at the point I got, out of cash, because I've realized one thing in this salary job. Once you're doing salary, you get to a point where before as you check, as the money they enter, then they credit you from your office. Before you know, if 2 weeks later, you don't go see money. You're not the one that saying, what did I spend it on? Our food, data, and the rest. So back to the journey of it. So like I said, so I was basically using that opportunity to build my skills. I already had the skills, but I was developing it, practicalizing my graphic design skills, practicalizing my content creation skills. So my content creation skills. Then I used to remember that when I was doing my salary also, and I was doing freelancing one side, people used to give me their business to market on Facebook, and then if you see the way I will do the video, I wish I can send you throwback videos, because it down, that videos showed a throwback of what I was doing then. I would talk about generator companies, people that would pay me. Then they could pay me like 5,000 and 10,000 because now freelancing I did, it wasn't full time. Now you need to understand that freelancing is categorized into two. We have full time and we have part time. There are some people who are freelance, even though I said yes, it's basically people who are independent, who don't work under any. Who don't work under anybody. You can be a freelancer part-time and you can be a freelancer full-time. So please don't get this thing twisted. So I was marketing for those people. I was talking, using my voice, consistently, and all those people were seeing customers. Before you know it, I said, wow, I have the skill of marketing, which was video marketing. Before you know it, I entered social media marketing. Before you know it, I entered marketing. Before you know it, I entered social media management. Until one of my boss in my 9 to 5 now said, I've been seeing you moving up and down. Sometimes I will be seeing that you are doing something on social media. What are you doing? I shall didn't tell you, until the man shall find out by himself. That was how he now gave me my first gig with him, which was to manage his social media page and manage his website, because then I already had website management skills even before because then I was also doing freelancing before this 9 to 5. So it's not like I don't have that freelancing right from time. So that was how I did this man's social media management work. I was building his brand, motivational brand, his sports brand, to the point that I became very popular on the content. And then everybody were now, looking for me. That another thing about going into the journey of freelancing is that you need to understand that you need to be passionate in whatever you are doing. You need to be passionate. If you are not somebody who is passionate about what you can do in freelancing, then you need to think of something that gives you joy. Because doing freelancing gave me joy. Doing those skills for freelancing, it gave me what? It gave me joy. It gave me excitement. I was happy. I was ready to do the work. Before you know it, that was how I was managing this man's sites, 2 or 3 sites. And then I was now managing our 9 to 5 company sites. And then that was where I said they would upgrade my promotion. I didn't know that the upgrading my promotion is to stop me from doing my other freelancing gigs. Then the other guy that I was managing, because he got caught for doing freelancing like me, they had to send him out. Then I asked me that the man give me money. Long story short, I didn't say much about the man. I didn't say much about the transaction because I respect people's privacy and I'm very loyal. So the man left and I had to retain my job and I was promoted and I continued with it, but I was still doing my freelancing. Then before you know it, COVID came into picture. And as COVID came into picture, I had to prepare myself for anything because then they were telling staffs to resign. So one of my colleagues then told me that, if I say you're next, because the way I'm looking at it, you'll be the next person they will call. I was like, maybe I should start preparing, but thank God. By the time they called on my attention, I already was very prepared. I just wish that they informed me earlier so that I will know how much I can cash out from the company before leaving. Because if you are doing salary work, you have to be prepared for the outcome. But I'm glad that I was very prepared because one of my mottos is to be prepared. And I learned that from my mom right from time. She always tell me, always be prepared for anything. So by the time COVID came and my colleague was giving me in that I might be the next person, by the time they, announced that, Madam, I don't think we can continue to pay your salary. People are withdrawing their gigs from us. We can't pay every staff salary. But the Sha gave me my final salary with them. I took it. Inside that money of that 70K, I bought a system of about 30K. I remember then I went to a jam market. When somebody was asked to resign, the first thing the person will be thinking of is what next. Me, I was very practical. I knew what next is go into business, build my brand. And then I had a friend from Ghana then who had always wanted me to be an entrepreneur full time. But I wasn't that very courageous to go into it because I was thinking of so many things. But I wish I took that advice long time ago. I would have gone far. You understand? At a point, people might say, oh, you have established yourself, you are recognized for your work, a lot of people know you, your SEO is top notch, you're on radio, you're on TV, you're on magazine, and you're on this. But to me, I'm still a work in progress because I feel that the definition of success is not just only by recognition, it's also by the level of your how will I put it? The level of your financial impact. When I talk of financial impact, is how well you can be able to bless other people financially by also empowering them. We see people giving grants. We see people investing in others. So that is my definition of success. That when I get to that point as well, if I struggle at that point of this freelancing journey, I would want to make things comfortable for other people by also empowering them. So that is what I'm talking about when it comes to my definition of success. So, but I know that I will get there, okay? But back to what I'm trying to say is that in this story, inside that money, I bought a system at Ajah Market. I was very practical. Like I said, I knew business was going to be my thing. And I just moved into the side of business and implemented my skills. And then I told myself, if I am going into this line of business, right, I must make sure I put in my 100% best. The same way should be your watchword as a freelancer. If you don't have the passion for that field, please, I will not encourage you to further. I will encourage you to look for what you're passionate in, because the reason why I've been sustainable in this business for the past 8 years. 8 years is not moi. There are many people who have gone into this field and they shut down because they lost the passion. And sometimes in freelancing, sometimes you get gigs, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get gigs in a month, it will be fast, sometimes it may be slow. Sometimes it may be 1 month, it may be 2 months, it may be 3 months. A lot of things that revolves around freelancing. But if you do not have the passion, you will quit. But I told myself at that point, in the beginning of COVID, I said, I would have that passion to excel, to succeed. To succeed and to bring the best and to be the best in my field. And I now came up with the name Digital Bimpe, because then I had a particular name that people know, but I will not mention that name. I had a very particular, it was also very popular because then I was known as a writer, and I'm still a writer because I own a book which I wrote one of my best-selling book, A Simple Life. I will definitely send the link. You can go buy a copy of it. I will definitely send the link after. You can go buy the copy. It's about a simple life, because everything about me revolves around simplicity. So you can go check out the ebook. The hard copy is finished. So like I was saying, the passion should be your watchword. When I bought that system of 30,000 naira remaining 40,000 naira, I know a lot of people will be like, that was too fast. But I bought it that day because I knew that I need to move forward. I need to move forward. I need to be sharp in thinking. Because COVID was that point where a lot of people were scared about not making sales. And that was the time for freelancers to implement that skills to make as many sales as possible. Because people now cannot open shops. So the shops that they can open should be online at that point. And during that period, I made good use of it. So inside that 70,000, I bought that system of 30,000 naira. I've loaded data into it, and I got a call the next day. And let me now tell you another thing. As a freelancer, always put God first. Never whether you're a Muslim or you're a Christian. Christian, for Muslims they'll say put Allah first, for Christians they'll say put God first. In everything you do, before you start your journey of freelancing, ask God to direct your path. Ask God to direct your ways. Ask God to lead you right. Because you need God's guidance. You can't do it by yourself. You can't give credit only to you. You have to give credit to the Almighty God. And when I put my business in the hands of God, that Almighty God, as COVID, I've started, because then I was in this freelancing part-time, like I said, for that 4 years. It was 2020, yeah, during COVID. And that was how I met Precious. 4 years now, I've known Precious Graphics. Precious saw my business via sponsor. So it was during that point I took it very seriously. Like I was saying, I took it into the hands of God, and before you know it, the next day I got gigs. I got a gig for 3 months contracts. Isn't God wonderful? For somebody that lost a job, and to somebody that gained a job instantly. Though it's not everybody who works for. What works for me might not work for other people. But me, I put it in the hands of God. I say, God, this system where I don't buy for 30K, this is the beginning of my journey. Please pave way for me. before you know, I got a call from a church member. As a freelancer, learn to network. Learn to network. Learn to connect with people. Learn to open your mouth. Tell people, this is what I do for a living. I am a freelancer. I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Let people know what you're doing. That was how people knew me in church. Even those that don't even know me, that followed me on social media, they say, we need to see what you do on social media. Oh yeah, let us patronize you. Before you know it, they started patronizing me. And that woman, who is a church member, gave me a gig of 3 months. Now they're in the US. A 3-month contract that is times 3 of the salary I was earning, or times 2, or times 1 of the salary that I was earning. I was so amazed, and that was when I knew how beautiful the journey of freelancing is. If only you plan it well. And I really did plan it well. I came up with a name that will make me stand. And not just that I came up with the name, I prayed to God that, God, this name I want to use, please tell me if this name is the right name to use. Because I had so many list of names that I wanted to use. But along the line, that name, Digital Bimpe, was just like, this is a name. And before you know it, that was how I took that name as my business name. And that was how that woman gave me the work. 3 months, I started doing it for her. Another one came. I started doing like that. I've even forgotten that I don't even have a job. That I'm now into business full time. And I was not grateful that I got that system at the right time. Imagine if I didn't even buy the system. I don't know what I will use to do my work. So another thing you need to know as a freelancer, as a freelancer is that you have to be very confident and very sure of yourself. When you are confident and sure of yourself, people are watching you, and people will be watching you from far. It's whatever you show towards them that will reflect how they will act towards you. You need to be confident, you need to be sure, and you need to ensure that you develop your skills. If you know that you are still struggling to develop your skills the right way, then you need to improve. You need to improve in your skills. It's okay to make mistakes. There's nobody who started freelancing and they perfected it. Yes, I had some mistakes even in my journey of it. Yes, but along the line, those mistakes, I was able to perfect it. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have your down moments. It's okay to, to have those moments. And it's okay to come out of it and be happy that at the long run, you were able to achieve this. Another thing I wanted to say is that you need to trust your instincts. There is that God-given idea that God has implemented in you. You need to sit down, get a jotter, think of that idea. What is that idea that God has given me? You need to think of it. When you sit down and you put it in prayer, you need to trust it. As a freelancer, you need to trust that instinct. That instinct is coming from God. And you need to use it well. If I had not trust that instinct of getting, I don't think I would have been able to do that woman's job. Rather, I would make an excuse and then give it to somebody else. But I trusted that instinct, that it was the right time to go into it. Then, I would try to wrap it up and say, you need to be patient. You need to be patient. I know everybody wants to make money, but instead of, like I made mention of passion, instead of thinking of making money as a freelancer, think of adding value. That is how I will wrap up this session, so that if you have questions, I will be able to respond to your question. I want to wrap it up by saying add value, because when you add value, you will be recommended, you will be referred, and people will be impacted by you. The reason why, like I said, I've been sustainable to this time is because I've been adding value. And when you add value, it means you are empowering somebody. I've seen in my journey of freelancing, people pray for me, customers pray for me, customers I don't even know, even the ones I know, they pray for me. That is value. It's not just about money. Do not be too money conscious. Yes, set standard as a freelancer that you will not collect any gig without being paid. That's another thing I want to say. In fact, there's so many things to say about this journey. When you are starting your journey of freelancing, let me even make this thing louder, clear. Except you are an intern. If you are doing internship with a company, it's okay for you not to be money conscious about your payments. But when you are starting your journey of freelancing, please collect money first. So collect your money first before you do the work. There is this particular lady I met on Twitter, and she wished she had met me earlier to get this kind of advice. She was working with this man as a blogger. She was managing the man's website. The man hired her for over a year and some months. Could you believe that this man didn't pay this guy money? She now tweeted. The man even blocked her. He now locked his Twitter account, so now nobody will follow him. Some people in this country are wicked. So when you are doing freelancing, keep sentiment aside. Keep religion aside. Keep religion aside. Face your business. Set standard. Let them know, Oga, pay me my money. Now that we are talking about how to go into the journey of freelancing as a novice, please take notes. Tell them, pay me my money. If you don't pay me my money, I will not do this work. Set standard so that nobody will take you for granted. Up till now, this man has not given that girl. She's a married woman. She has kids. She has family to take care of. 1 year and some months, that man didn't give her money. She's still tweeting it up to now. And I feel for her. Do not make that mistake that you want to do freelancing. You will not collect your money first. Collect, let the standard of your payment be what? Money first. But now, in the other aspect of me saying add value, as the process of you collecting the money, ensure you are adding value. No matter how a customer is angry with you, no matter how a customer is upset about you, you now go resolve the issue 1 year later, month later, days later, weeks later. And how you can resolve the issue is when the customer now sit down and now realize the value you are giving them. They will have a change of heart. But if now only money they collect from them, you didn't even add any single value. You didn't show concern. You didn't show any form of results. Because when we talk of value, we talk of results. That they can be proud to say, if maybe they give another person the works and the person do anyhow, they can be proud to say, I gave this work to this girl. She was a freelancer like you, but she did well. She grew this page to this so number. You know, she gave us sales. Please, what are you doing? You know, those kind of, confident
extent that they will be telling other people about you. Even places you don't even know, they'll be mentioning your name. Because they knew you went for the job, not because of the money. You went for the job because of the passion you have for it, and because of the value you wanted to give them. And because of that, that is the reason why they stayed. For the past 4 years now, me and Precious Graphics, we have been together because of the value. Precious has also added value in my business, and I've added value in his business. And because of that value, that's the reason why we are still standing strong. Graphics does not add any value. I don't think we will have any relationship tonight. And if I don't have any value in Precious, I don't think Precious Graphics will have any relationship with me as well, in terms of partnership and collaboration. So don't be too money conscious as a friend. Always put value first before money. Put impact first before money. Because when you put impact, it means you are not just impacting one customer. You are impacting that customer and the customer referrals. The people the customer will refer you to. There are sometimes people will come here and they say, this so person told me about you. And I will not tell the person who is the person. The person may not even remember. You know, when you talk of value, you're on the street, somebody is telling you that this girl does this so thing. Or maybe or maybe on social media, you don't even know who even give you shout out. But somebody will shout, say, there's somebody I know. It could be on the comment section, it could be on Twitter, it could be anywhere. Some it could be on radio, some it could be anywhere. Just because of the value, the value you add. So as a freelancer, always think of value, think of impact. Don't just think of being money conscious. Then last but not the least, I talked about skills development. Be good at your field. Be good at your field. Whatever you do, they say what is worth doing is worth doing best. As a freelancer, be good in your freelancing career. When you are good in it, when they see the value and they see that your skills is unique, they will always recommend you. They will always patronize you. Then, when you are also developing the skills, develop the right attitude. Of course, you will come across customers that they will make your life miserable. But know how to communicate with people. Know how to build relationship. That even when, like I said, you may offend them or you don't even know you offend them, one way or the other, they will even be the one to come to meet you, or they will even be the one to show an anthem that they really cherish you, they really appreciate you. So have the right attitude, build good relationship, and also be eager to learn. As I'm speaking, I learn every day. You can learn from a small child, you can learn from an elderly person, you can learn from everybody. Don't do I too know in freelancing. There will come a part in your journey in freelancing, you will meet some people who are young, some will even want to compete with you. Compete with you. You just face your own. You know, you will come across some uniscoin people on a norm. If you are doing some company, maybe like a full, what do they call a big company, all those top big companies that they have so many staffs and you are working remotely, you will jam crazy set of people. So you have to be a team player, but do not allow anybody take you for granted. Have a very high self-esteem about yourself. When you have a high self-esteem about yourself, there are some jobs that you should reject, and there are some jobs that you should accept. Like I said, put everything in the hands of God. So have a high self. Don't let anybody disrespect in your freelancing just because of they want to pay you amount. Have a very high self-esteem and also be humble. Be humble, have humility to learn, humility to work with people. Be humble. Do not be proud. Do not be arrogant. And build good relationship. So I think there's a lot more to say. But all these basic qualities I'm talking about, those are those things that will add to you making money. Patience, humility, eagerness to learn, passion, confidence, courage, intuition, a lot of things. So if you have questions, please ask me your question. So that is it for it. Okay. That question, let me know the question is from Favor. So the answer to your question, you are a writer and you want to know how to make money as a writer. So there are various segments of making money as a writer. Number one, you can make money as a writer via blogging. You can make money as a writer via website management. You can make money as a writer as a content creator. You can make money as a writer as a social media manager. You can make money as a writer as an ebook author. And Precious made his perspective of the use of AI. Now we have AI copywriting. So you can make money as an AI copywriter. So all those segments, they are available. What is expected of you is to market yourself, right? Let them know your prices. Let them know your prices. Let them know, oh, this is what I can do. You understand? Do a flyer to market yourself. Then maybe if you're still in the development or in the process of building yourself, I will encourage you to go for internship. Okay, if you feel like you have not yet perfected your art of writing, go for internship, right? Internship with brands that will develop your writing, that will allow you to flow creatively, because there are some brands that they might hold you back and they might necessarily, have some certain standard of how they want their writings to be. And you may have a creative way of writing that they might feel they don't want. So you have to be with a brand, any brand you want to do internship with, you'll be with a brand that will allow you to flow. Most of the people who have done internship with my brand, just that now internships are now paid for because there have been a lot of upgrade. So, but then when internship wasn't paid for at that point, people were coming in voluntarily to, develop their skills in my brand. I made sure they flow, they flow accordingly, without any, flaws. I want them to embrace all their flaws and everything in their art of writing. So you can segment yourself. Knowing fully well, Precious said that there's a scholarship for everyone who are able to complete their programs with the summit. Then you are very lucky. So make good use of the scholarship to improve your writing and at the same time market it very well. So that is all I will say. I hope I've been able to answer your question. But if that has not been convincing, you can send me a one-on-one DM, call me, and I will talk to you.
All right, so that was it on the introduction with Precious Graphics. We actually call the program a youth summit, and I will drop my details if there's anybody that need my mentorship program, consultation, and services. I'll call it now +234 814 748 0036, and I'll also put the link on my bio. Easy access to reach out to me. All right.